The Ottawa Senators are extremely pleased to select from the Boston U Terriers, Brady Tkachuk.
Erik drops, go in, score! 2-on-1, goes around.
Welcome to Sens Talk. My name is Brandon, and I'm your host. Before we get started, please follow us on Twitter at SensTalk_ for live updates of the games and, of course, breaking news. Now, before we get into tonight's video, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, SeatGeek, for sponsoring today's video. SeatGeek is a ticket app that takes the confusion out of buying tickets. They rate the tickets between the 0 to 10 score, with 10 being good and 0 being bad. A great algorithm they use is they have green, orange, and red dots all over the event map. So if you see a red dot, it means it's a bad deal. If you see an orange dot, it's probably not a good deal. If you see a green dot, it means you're either saving money or at least it's about the same price. And you're probably going to save a little bit more money here. So the best part about SeatGeek, like I just said, it's easy to find the best ticket for the best price. And another added bonus, use my promo code SENSTALK to save $20 off your first purchase. You help yourself out, you get the tickets right away, bing, bing, boom, and you help out the channel. Now let's get to the Sens Talk. Get a recap between the Ottawa Senators and the Nashville Predators. Let's get to the video right now. So tonight's game was between the Ottawa Senators and the Nashville Predators. Going into this game, the Senators had gotten 3 out of the last 4 points with an overtime victory on Saturday versus the Pittsburgh Penguins, and on Sunday versus the Boston Bruins, an overtime loss after a 42-save performance from Mike McKenna. So firstly, happy birthday to Senators legend Daniel Alfredsson, the best player in franchise history, arguably. So the forever captain, as well happy birthday to the other captain of the Belleville Senators, Erik Burgdoerfer, who is with the Ottawa Senators right now. As well, Dylan DeMello is on the injured reserve. So in relations to this, Stephen Elliott, just acquired from the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, was called up to the Ottawa Senators main roster. He is a former Olympian. He was in the Olympics last year in Pyeongchang. He will play at number 29. He has some experience in the NHL. He has a power play specialist, they say, in the AHL. And I watched him in the Olympics. He was okay. So you know what? It's not the worst guy to call up, especially with Wolainen injured. So Paul Carey was called up as well because Philip Schlappick is out 4 to 6 weeks with a fractured foot. So Jack Roble is out with a groin injury. So there's a lot of injuries going around. In fact, 7 Senators are on the injured reserve currently. And it's going to be a tough break because right now this was in the perfect time. This would have been Schlappick's chance to make an impact in the roster, but unfortunately he's out for the next month to a month and a half. And they didn't call up Logan Brown. He just got back into the lineup after a 5-10 game absence a couple games ago. So give him some time to get into the mojo, and hopefully we'll give Logan Brown a shot sooner rather than later. So tonight's lineup, Paul was scratched. Yaros might be back at the end of the week. He's still day-to-day. Paul Carey was out as well. So let's get into the game. Going into this game, the Senators have killed their last 19 out of 21 penalty kills since November 21st. To the first period to go, starting goaltenders Pekka Rinne for the Predators, Craig Anderson for the Senators. 2 of the top 5 oldest goaltending matchups in the league right here. Anderson's 37, Rinne's 35. To the first period to go, 26 seconds in, Smith shoots it backhand and it beats Rinne. What an awful shot. Blocker side, Rinne has to have this. Either way, Ottawa will take it. They score the first goal on Smith's 5th of the year. 1-0 Senators from Ryan Dzingel and Cody Ceci. 26 seconds in, the Senators off to a hot start on an awful shot from Zach Smith. 1-0 Ottawa. But with 4.5 minutes to go, Austin Watson deflection past Anderson, and we have a tie game at 1 apiece. And this game would have been the most boring game of the season. 9 minutes in, no coverage. Stephen Elliott leaves Ellis all alone. 2-1 Predators. One-timer, top shelf. Past Craig Anderson, who was screened from Josi Johansson. Third period we go, 2 minutes in. Lajoie has to cover Smith. There's no body checking on Smith here. He walks right in on Anderson, beats him on a little bit of a weak goal on the glove side. Predators win this game 3-1, and there's not much to talk about. There was a couple nice setups. Brady Tkachuk had a wide open net he missed. He's now not gotten a single point in the last 7 games, so he's a little bit of a strut. As well, he had a couple of chances, so Dzingel had a beautiful between the legs pass to him. He got stopped by Rinne, and he had a wide open net that he fanned on. So Brady Tkachuk's a little bit of a rut right now. I'm not worried because Brady Tkachuk is an elite prospect. Every player goes through it, and I'd rather him go through it now so he can move on from it. But hopefully we'll get another a point in the next couple days when they play Detroit on Friday. Because this game was boring. They had nothing going, absolutely nothing going for them tonight. And it was unbearable to watch. They had no momentum whatsoever throughout the game. And after that first goal in the first 26 seconds, I thought they had something cooking with their 3-10-3, I believe, on the road. Or 3-10, I think, on the road this season. They're awful on the road. Their last win is that Philadelphia Flyers comeback on the road for the Senators, the Duchesne goal, who's out 4 to 6 weeks as well. So, things are not looking good right now, but there's a lot of injuries to the lineup, and when players start to come back healthy, the Senators will start to roll. Shots and goal, 36-26, Predators. Face-offs, 35-22. It's very tough for Senators to win on the road, especially when they're a bunch of rookies, which we have right now, as White is our top-line center. What are you going to do? With the Senators now are 21 of their last 23 on the penalty kill, 0 for 2 tonight on the penalty kill for the Predators, 0 for 3 for the Senators on the power play. Hits for 2019 Senators, shots 36-26. Third star of the game, Ryan Ellis, 1 goal. Second star, Austin Watson, 1 goal. First star, 962 save percentage, 26 shots on net. Turn of them away was 25 of those. Pekka Rinne. Let's get to this. Before we get to the Sens star of the night, pardon me, I want to give a quick point of view of Stefan Elliott. I think the guy is a decent depth guy. He played on the Olympic team, which is pretty cool. But he's not out of position often. He knows the game. He looks comfortable. Made a couple of plays. He's not an offensive juggernaut, but he's good enough as a stopgap until we start getting healthy players back. So it's kind of ironic that our defense sort of has been better in the last little bit when there's been more of an older presence, which is not surprising with, it's kind of surprising, but at the same time it's not, because veterans would have more experience. But Burgdoerfer, Falk, and Elliott, it's been much less. There's been quite a few less chances for the opposing teams to score on the net. So hopefully Yaros, DeMello, DeMello's been good, but Yaros, etc., when they come back into the lineup, hopefully we'll get out of learn something, and hopefully maybe some of these guys take advantage of your opportunity right now, like Mike McKenna is. Let's get to the Sens star of the night, voted by you, the fans, after this absolutely awful game. So the Sens star of the night is as follows. In fourth place, I'll give an honorable mention firstly to Ryan Zingel. Had a couple of nice passes to Brady Tkachuk, who couldn't finish it. The reason I didn't put him as a fourth, third, second, or first star option, he doesn't back check that often, and it's not really presence in the defensive zone like Mark Stone is, stealing the puck 24/7. So Mark Stone gets the fourth star of the night honors with 10% of the vote. Like I said, I'll reiterate it. The Stone, a couple of nice plays with Shabbat, but overall, he's back at offensive and defensive end zone player. He should win the Selke, in my opinion, because he's a beast. Stone is a great player in both zones, and every game he gives it his all, and he played well tonight. Third star of the game, 15% of the vote, Craig Anderson. Not the most busy night. It looked 36 shots to net. Sounds like it's busy, but he wasn't really forced to make too many big saves. It was a lot of the shots were from the outside, except that Ellis goal, really, and that third goal. But either way, Anderson, routine night for him. A couple of nice saves, of course. But I think the defense really pushed the shots to the outside of the zone and kept gave Anderson some breaks, and there were not too many high-scoring chances. Second star of the night, 30% of the vote, with the only goal of the night, Zach Smith. Him with Boddicker and Dzingel actually looked kind of okay. Smith has been much more noticeable in the last few games since Duchesne's been gone. Played over 18 minutes the last few games on average. And, we're going to need that. We're going to need him to start chipping in more, that line, because, it's without Duchesne, it's a big loss. First star of the game, Thomas Chabot literally went around the offensive zone multiple times. Chabot's showing us why we should be excited over him. He is going to be the next elite defenseman on this team after Karlsson. And, Chabot, he runs the offense, he runs the defense, he runs the team basically on the back end. And he's like the Tom Brady of the Senators. And 45% of the vote, he wins the Sens star of the night. Not that noticeable or really anyone else, but Chabot had a few nice shifts and really showing his capabilities that he's developed in the National Hockey League. The next Sens game is on Detroit on Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time in Detroit at the Little Caesars Arena. So I'll see you then when the Sounders take on the Detroit Red Wings on December 14th. Besides that, thank you for watching. Please follow us on Twitter at Senstalk_ for live updates of the games and, of course, breaking news. Please like us on Facebook at Senstalk, add us to circles on Google Plus Senstalk, click the big red button down there, and subscribe to us. Like this video, share this video, share cool stuff. Please check out our website, SenstalkCentral.com. We update that every single day. And, of course, please check out SeatGeek.com or download the app on the App Store and use our promo code SensTalk to save $20 off your first purchase. Besides that, final score is a 3-1 Predators victory. The Sounders' record falls to 13-15-4 on the season. I'll see you next time when the Sens take on the Red Wings on December 14th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll see you then. Go Sens go.